After 9 consecutive red weeks in the crypto market, we've seen an explosion today in the Ethereum price as well as the Bitcoin price. But is this just a dead cat bounce? Are we about to get crushed in crypto? Let's take a look at what is going on. So yesterday we hit $1,700 and today we have surged up 10% in the Ethereum price. And that's because of what is happening right now over on the Bitcoin chart. But right now I'm not really convinced necessarily that we're going to see significantly more upside, because this could be quite an alarming just a retest for what we're seeing in Ethereum. But we'll take a look at this because what is happening right now is pretty textbook. With Ethereum, once we came back down on the 11th of May, we were in this consolidation pattern and noticed that we broke out, and now we kind of bounced down at this level and we are coming back up towards this level. Now this technically could be just a perfect textbook retest of this low here, but if we're having a break above $1,903 and a retest, then in my opinion we're going to come to at least $2,100, which from here would be a push of around 13%. Obviously doesn't mean we're out of the woods by any means, but ultimately it's going to happen very, very soon that we're going to get to this level. If we're rejected, we're going to come down at least again to $1,690. But if we're managing to break through, hold above, then we're going to push higher. Yeah, so right now, yes, it can go higher, it can go lower, but actually looking across at Bitcoin, I think it's a bit clearer what's going to be happening. And it's making me ultimately more on the side of bullish for the Ethereum price than bearish, because Bitcoin has seen something very, very similar playing out, guys, where we've been stuck in this range for all the way back since the 11th of May. Bitcoin moves, Ethereum will tend to move more aggressively against it. Bitcoin right now is retesting these levels and I think is more than likely going to get to around $30,500. Now, because we did have a break towards the downside and then push back up, in my opinion, we are more than likely going to break above this level for Bitcoin. And what I see happening is something like this, where Bitcoin is then going to be pushing up towards higher levels. Obviously for Bitcoin, I think we're going to be pushing towards the sort of 34, 35K, another sort of 15 or so percent, which in my opinion would be a 20% more break for Ethereum, because ultimately it sort of has completed here the height of this pattern down below, and perfectly nicely come back up to retest. If it's retesting, breaking above, as I've said, guys, we haven't really put in a lower low. We had a low here, so this is pretty much seeming the bottom for now for the Ethereum price. Moving out to the daily, you can see this is what's playing out on the daily for the Ethereum price. We're still maintaining ourselves in this falling wedge pattern. It is my opinion that we're probably going to be doing something like this. Ultimately, if we do take a further drop, around $1,500 would be probably worst case scenario before pushing and doing something like this. So in regards to whether or not should I buy Ethereum now, should I be buying Bitcoin now? Well, right now, as far as I'm concerned, it's heavily discounted. If you come back to this time right now, 24th of October, when Ethereum is around $4,000, you would have felt far more comfortable buying Ethereum then than you would do now, because psychology works that way. But ultimately, if you bought there, you would be absolutely roasted. Whereas right now, buying here, we could take a little bit of a dip, but in reality, guys, we're more than likely going to head back to at least all-time highs in the future and probably far beyond that. So right now, yes, it might go lower, but right now, in my opinion, not financial advice, this is a heavily discounted price to buy Ethereum at, because it's 60% off from what it was back in November. If you wanted to buy a TV in November and right now you could buy it for 60% less, you probably would go and buy that TV. So think about it like that. Heavily discounted price. Now, something else that tells me we're going to continue bullish in the short term is jumping across the Ethereum Bitcoin chart. And okay, Bitcoin moves, Ethereum moves as well, but when Bitcoin goes up like 10%, Ethereum will usually go up like 20%, because the market cap size is different. It takes way less money to move the Ethereum at market cap than it does to move the Bitcoin market cap. And what we can see looking into the Ethereum Bitcoin chart is, yeah, we had that big push down towards the downside, but then we've made this sort of recovery happen here, where we got this kind of high across here. And if you sort of spread it out, you can see that this is somewhat of an ascending triangle. We've had a bit of a breakout. We appear to be now retesting it, but in my opinion, we do look like we're going to hold above this level. And ultimately, this means to me that Ethereum and Bitcoin are going to be pushing back towards the upside, at least for the shorter term, where we could expect a target here, 6.3%, where we can see last time we were around those levels was the 26th of May. Jumping back to Ethereum to look at the 26th of May, you can see it would be the top of this pattern. So you can see here, the 26th of May was the bottom of this pattern, where we came back for that retest of this top level. So it all matches up quite nicely, guys. So there's a lot of confidence showing that we are probably going to continue to see a further push, looking at more positive for Bitcoin, Ethereum, but never going to throw in any more money than you can afford to lose, guys, because it can come back against you. Don't panic. That's when you want to be able to load up again and continue to dollar cost average at lower levels. So key levels to paying attention to, guys, if we're breaking above $1,905 and maintaining ourselves there, then in my opinion, we're going to go to at least $2,116. And if we're able to break beyond there, then we're going to be looking for Ethereum to push to around $2,500 before we run into any more significant resistance, all playing out because of what's happening on the Bitcoin chart. So pay attention to that. Guys, if you've enjoyed that content and you've enjoyed that realistic update, then smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks very much for doing that. It helps me out more than you know. And if you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies, then subscribe, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.